Water is essential to human life. But more than 1 billion people in this world don't have access to clean drinking water. And half of the hospital beds in this world are people with waterborne diseases. And it's not reducing, it's increasing by the day. We don't realize it, but water is becoming so scarce. Prices of water keeps on going up. But water is a right that everyone deserves. Water has to be free. When I was doing a backpacking trip in India, the first thing I saw was by the slums. They were drinking water, they were passing motion at the same place, they were washing clothes at the same place, so everything was happening in the same place. So when I came back, I said, hey, I'm going to do something. I didn't know how big or how crucial the problem was until I visited a town an hour away from where I was studying. Then I met this little girl by the name of Mira, who's 6-year-old, very energetic, super brilliant and very playful. And she was suffering from diarrhea 6 times a week. It was a huge life-changing experience for me because I didn't know. It's not only in India, it's also in Malaysia. It's right at my back door. The typical way of collecting water is you have to walk a couple of miles and then you have to come back to boil this water. And these houses are built on stilts and wood, so it's really easy to catch fire. These communities don't have an educational background on how safe the water is. If the water is really clear, to them it's safe to drink. When they get sick, when their child gets sick, now they spend money that they have collected for the past 2 years trying to treat this child in the hospital. There wasn't any solution in the market that was built for these rural and marginalized communities. And looking at these people suffering, I told myself, hey, I'm going to build a solution. When I was a kid, my mom wanted me to have the best education, and my family didn't have much, but they knew that education was the only thing that could empower someone. So in the same building where I was studying, my mom would do extra jobs like cleaning those classrooms to make sure she could supplement our fees. I was most of the time an outcast, maybe an outlier. And I tend to appreciate things more because education is the only way you can break above the poverty cycle. It really taught me how to appreciate even the smallest thing in life. So when I first got the idea, this is the first prototype that I built. So I built this entirely in the university. It took me 4 months to build this prototype. Every community that we work with are really different. What we do is try to learn about the entire village. We get to know them, we get to know their difficulties, where is their water source, how long do they have to walk to collect it. So it becomes a two-way building process. Okay. And what we do is try to see how our system could give them the same privilege of having clean drinking water compared to a person who lives in the city. You fill up the tank with the mountain water, whereby it goes through the first stage of filtration. And we have a pre-filter to take out the physical impurities as well. And then it goes through 6 purification cartridges. It sterilizes the water and makes it safe to drink. And from the faucet, you have clean drinking water. We are just an hour away from the city center. Even 2 kilometers away, clean water is reachable. But to these 100+ native families, they don't have clean and safe drinking water. And this is the exact town where I met Mira for the very first time. This is where Mira's mom collected water for her. And this is the water that got her really sick. It was really devastating for me because before I built the system and got it to her, she passed away. I blame myself that I couldn't deliver. But she continued to live on the work that we do. We don't want another child to to suffer what she has suffered. I don't consider what I do as work, but it's much more what I love to do. You want to be that one candle that lights up other people's life. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do is make more money because of where I was. And now I wake up every day and the only thing that comes to mind is how many more units that I can deliver to these villages. I can end up as a beggar on the street, but I will know that I have done something with my life.